Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, students? I hope that you're all fine. Inshallah, today we are going to do an exercise which is in your student box, page 47. It's a vocabulary exercise, okay? We are going to know about it and do it together, inshallah. This exercise is about the near synonyms. Near synonyms. What's the meaning of near synonyms? They are words that have similar but not exactly the same meanings. Similar متشابهات but not exactly the same لكن ليس بالضبط نفس meanings اللي هي المعنى. متشابهات في المعنى لكن ليست نفس المعنى. Okay? تمام? For example, when I say practical عملي hands on يدوي مش العملي برضو ممكن يكون يدوي so they are what? They are near synonyms. They are similar but not exactly the same, right? Okay, let's look now at the exercise in your books. Now, exercise 5. Match the words below with their synonyms or with words that have a close meaning. We have two boxes here, box 1 and 2. We are going to read the first box or the words in the first box and then move to the other one and read the words. After that, by knowing the meanings, of course, راح أشرح لكم معانيهم أو أحكي لكم معانيهم, so it will be easier for you to match the synonyms with each other and make pairs of near synonyms. بدنا نعمل أزواج of pair or اللي هي عندك near synonyms نعملهم على شكل pairs أزواج. Okay? Now, the first one you have here is challenge. Challenge بمعنى تحدي. Engineer بمعنى مهندس. Hands on يدوي ممكن يكون بمعنى عملي أيضا. laboratory مختبر وعادة بيكون مختبر علمي. assistant اللي هو مساعد. box 2 helper مساعد لكن assistant مساعد في خلينا نحكي في شركة لكن helper مساعد بشكل عام. practical عملي. workshop اللي هو مشغل. inventor اللي هو مخترع. test اختبار. Okay? Now, let's do these pairs. Okay, let's do these pairs of near synonyms. What do you think that is similar to or خلينا نحكي near to challenge? We have the word test, right? So challenge is with test. Okay, next one. Engineer مهندس with what? The nearest one is what? Is inventor. So engineer is with inventor. Hands on يدوي عملي with what? With the practical. Hands on with the practical. Laboratory it's with what? With workshop. The last one, assistant, is what? With helper. Okay? Now, after we have done these pairs of near synonyms, we need to write them down in spaces for each sentence. But we have to use the right one according to the sentence itself. So the question says, decide if one word from each pair would fit the sentence below better. Some sentences or in some sentences you may be able to use both words in the same way. رح نختار الكلمات الصحيحة في الأماكن الصحيحة. بعض الجمل وهي فعليا جملة واحدة ممكن أستخدم فيها only اللي هو إيش عندكم نفس الكلمتين ممكن أستخدمهم في أي مكان. Okay? Let's read them. I like to myself, so I try to run further away every day. Here, what is better to use? خلينا نعطيكم hints للكلمات. عندكم to myself. What do you do with yourself? You, for example, engineer with yourself? Laboratory with yourself? Assistant with yourself? No. To here needs what? It needs a verb, right? What the verbs that we have here? We have challenge and test. So we have to use challenge and test here. In the first one, we have to use challenge or test. So here the first one is going to be what? Challenge. I like to challenge myself. So I try to run further every day. The second part of the sentence or the point. I test myself on my vocabulary often. Why we have used test here? Test means اختبار. أنا بختبر نفسي. وفوق أنا أتحدى نفسي بالركض. تمام؟ لكن أسفل أو في الجملة الثانية عندي إيش اللي هو أنا أختبر نفسي في الفوكابولاري في معاني الكلمات so that I don't forget it. Okay? So the first one is challenge. The other one is test. Okay? Number 2. The boss prepared all the papers for the meeting. There were many at the festival. And they were all working voluntarily. Okay? Now, here we have, or we need a noun. Who is going to be with the boss? Or who is usually with the boss? And who, the one who prepared all the papers, or prepare all the papers in the meetings. مين اللي بيكون مع الباص مع المدير وبيجهز الاجتماع وما إلى ذلك. He is what? We have two near synonyms. We have assistant and helper. وقبل ما احنا نبدأ أنا حكيت لكم كمثال في بداية الفيديو إن عندك assistant and helper. عندي إياهم إيش؟ تقريبا نفس المعنى لكن باستخدامات مختلفة. مين اللي عندي أكثر رسمية بهاي الحالة؟ I have what? I have assistant, right? So the boss assistant prepared all the papers for the meeting. So first it's assistant, okay? And then there were many helpers at the festival. مساعدين كثير عندي كان في المهرجان. And they were all working voluntarily. Okay? 3. The of the telephone is Alexander Graham Bell. هون اسم ايش عندي أنا؟ اسم مخترع, right? Alexander Graham Bell. كلنا بنعرفه. We all know about Alexander Graham Bell. He what? He invented the telephone, right? So we're going to use what here? We are going to use the word inventor. The inventor of the telephone is Alexander Graham Bell. Okay? Next, the type of that designed houses is called an architect. Someone who designs houses. He's what? He's an engineer. Engineer. The type of engineer that designs houses is called an architect. 4. I prefer work because I am a person. Here we have what? The words that are what? Practical and hands-on. I prefer hands-on work because I'm a practical person, which is more common. هاي الجملة اللي هي إحنا شائعة أكثر من الجملة الثانية اللي أحكيها اللي هي I prefer hands-on work because I am I prefer practical work because I am a hands-on person. هم التنتين صح. لكن which is what most common or more common اللي هي احنا بنحكيها أكثر شيوعا، اللي لما أحكي إنه I prefer hands-on work because I am a practical person. احنا بنوصف نفسنا بإنه احنا أشخاص عمليين. I am a practical person. و practical person هي الأكثر شيوعا في الكلام. Right? لكن زي ما حكينا both are correct. 5. A scientist uses scientist عندي عالم شو بيستخدم uses his to do experiments. He uses his laboratory or laboratory. تمام. A scientist uses his laboratory to do experiments. My father fixes things in his workshop. In his workshop. Okay, so 5, laboratory, and the last one or the second sentence in it is what? Workshop. Okay, here you have the answers now to check for them for you. The near synonym pairs, we have mentioned them. حكينا احنا pairs ايش كانوا بالضبط. Challenge with test, engineer with inventor, hands-on with a practical, laboratory or laboratory with workshop, assistant with helper. You have to memorize them. They are very important. حفظ يا مس. Okay? And here you have the answers of the exercise or the second exercise اللي هو ترتيبهم في الجمل كيف كانت. These are the answers. Okay? I have finished this lesson with you now. I need you all to write the answers in your student box and send them and to the site platform to check your answers. Thank you. يعطيكم ألف عافية أول.